Hey guys, this is Tattoo Tony, and we've got a lot to see and a lot to talk about today. Hope you enjoy.
A young girl from Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood is murdered, her body found in an abandoned school in Gary, Indiana. She had been strangled. There was minor trauma to her body.
So this school kind of spooked me out. Andrew had told me stories about how this particular area was gang-ridden, and I hope you could make out that clip, but there was a girl from Hyde Park in Chicago that was found strangled in this building. And I did see gang graffiti all over the place. I don't know how serious it was, but, you know, stars and pitchforks and something that says Klebo. It's always in blue, GDN. GDN again. See that in there? That there's like a Klebo or Kleba. I don't know what it means. It's always in blue. I see it in some of the worst neighborhoods in St. Louis too. I don't always see it. See Klebo. Well, shit. That's in red. That's the first time I ever seen it in red. If anybody knows what that means, let me know, because I've been asking around and I have yet to figure out what Klebo means or Kleba or whatever. I assume it's an acronym. Probably starts with kill. I'm always trying to play the pianos. CHB. Something block. Fifth block. I don't know. I don't know what that means. You are the monsters, not me. Tried to upload this video last night and it failed, so I figured what the hell, I'll re-narrate it because... I don't know, I didn't feel like I talked loud enough and I had to amplify the sound, and then you get this hissing sound. So this was like a music room. We get into the bigger part of the music room here.
Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Schulte is joining us live from Northwest Indiana with the latest now on this murder investigation. Sarah?
Well, Alan, Conita Richardson was 17 years old. A family spokesperson tells us that she came to Gary sometime over the weekend with a family member. She had not been seen for a couple days until her body was found Tuesday night in one of Gary's many abandoned buildings. Gary's Emerson School was once listed on the National Register for Historic Places. Now it's an abandoned building where a 17-year-old Chicago girl was found murdered. Conita Richardson was strangled. Gary police say she was not reported missing, and at this point, city officials say they have very few leads on who killed her and how the teenager wound up in Gary.
So anyways, that chick in the clips sounds like she might have a mustache and maybe a little bit of a beard. But, I wouldn't necessarily say that's a bad thing. I've heard some things about that. People who say they have some first-hand experience with women with facial hair. I hope nobody takes offense to that. I just like being silly. And I could just as easily make fun of myself. So this school actually shut down in 2008. It hasn't been closed that long. It was designed by William Ittner, who designed most of the schools I've explored in St. Louis on the channel. He started in St. Louis, became well known. If you live in a city with big abandoned schools like this, old ones, maybe you want to look them up. They might be his designs. This building opened in 1909. It included an auditorium, gymnasium, pool, and even a zoo. There were 7 laboratories, separate band and orchestra rooms, art studios, and rooms for industrial and household arts. Athletic facilities were advanced for their time, including indoor swimming pool and an upstairs running track. The school was a regular high school till 1981. Then afterwards it operated for 17 years as a performing arts magnet program, which is relocated and is still in operation. It closed in 2008 due to lack of funds, building dilapidation, including mold.
When you have abandoned structures, they serve as an opportunity to cover or really to conceal a crime. And the crime may not have occurred here, but to the extent that they facilitate concealing the crime, it's a problem.
It was a huge problem last year when Darren Dion Van was arrested for killing several women. All their bodies were found in abandoned buildings. Gary has 7,500 vacant residential properties and hundreds of commercial ones.
Echo, echo, echo. So, this building was on the National Register of Historic Places. As of 2015, though, it's been heavily vandalized. I don't know why break the windows out. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And before people ask, 1906 was when Gary, Indiana was founded by the U.S. Steel Corporation as a home for its new plant, Gary Works. The city was named after lawyer Albert Henry Gary, who was a founding chairman of the United States Steel Corporation. Gary was the site of civil unrest in the steel strike of 1919. In October of 1919, a riot broke out on Broadway. Oh man, there's a song by a band where they talk about a riot on Broadway. I wonder if that's what it's about. It's kind of like a blue-collar type punk band. Huh. The main north-south street through downtown Gary between striking steelworkers and strike breakers brought in from the outside. 3 days later, Indiana Governor James Goodrich declared martial law. Shortly thereafter, 4,000 federal troops under the command of General Leonard Wood arrived to restore order. It's had some hauntingly beautiful sights in this school. And wait till you see part 2 and maybe part 3. It may all fit in 2 parts, but just amazing stuff. Really cool stuff. Wanted to address too, I've got some people that, no offense, because they tell me no offense when they leave the comments, they get kind of self-righteous about how an artist should not have to ask for help or ask for money or complain about what YouTube's doing. And don't talk about other things besides the video and tell me what to do. Well, here's the thing. They say it won't hit the like button if I'm asking for it. I'll explain all this when I get a chance. There was another pitchfork. When I ask people to hit the like button, I start getting more likes. When I tell people honestly what's going on with YouTube and how it's killing my channel, because last year, if I had 20,000 views, I made $100. I could put towards, and my channel was still very small then, so it didn't happen much. But now, if I get 20,000 views, I get like $5, $6, $8. Excuse me. On top of that, they're demonetizing tons of my videos, and I'm having to tag them with weak sauce tags that don't attract as many potential views. So I love doing this. People seem to love watching them. And when I let people know what's going on, they may not otherwise know, it gives me an advance opportunity to make sure that we keep the channel up for you guys and that I can keep making videos. And, you know, in the past when I asked for people to help support me on Patreon, some people came and did that. When I let people know that for the channel to survive I would need some donations, people started putting donations through. In fact, I need to name them here in the upcoming video, but some people in the past few days have been making some small donations to the channel. If you'd consider joining those people, it's kind of like PBS or National Public Radio, you know what I mean? I make no profit, I don't pay myself, it all goes towards making more videos for everybody, and everybody that enjoys these videos has those people to thank for this continuing. So I hope you can understand why I mention this stuff, because if I don't mention it, nobody knows, nobody helps. When I do mention it, I get help. And it's keeping it up for all you guys, so... I mean, I know the pledge drives on PBS are annoying too, but, you know, if you don't ask people... So anyways, that's it for this video. That's all I'm going to go into, but, you know, before you jump up on a high horse about... you know... I just don't understand when people jump off this, like, self-righteous thing about how I should just do it, you know. Well, guess what? It wouldn't survive. And when I ask for help, I get it. That's it, I promise. You'll hear coming up here that the wind really starts blowing. By the way, I've got a P.O. box, and I'm hoping that I didn't list it wrong anywhere because it's kind of new. So if you haven't sent something out yet, should be the same all over, though. I think it's P.O. Box 1317. Look at this thing. It's a climatarium. Not sure. I think this probably would have been a science room unless somebody drugged this in here. I would have loved to have that thing in working order as a house, put like a lizard, made it into a, I don't know, whatever, a terrarium. The lizard area. I like filming things that the wind is blowing. I don't know why. So we absolutely love Gary. We talked to some great people on the street, some really cool, nice people. You know, I mean, I live in kind of a rundown old industrial community that's lost a lot of work, and you know, there's a lot of screwed up things that go on, but there's also a lot of good things, a lot of good people here. Same thing with all the communities I explore.
Ooh,
We found some squatters in this building. And there was toilet paper there. You know, at first I was like, what is that, possum poop?
I keep trying to move one way and the other way. Working in front.
Some good footage of Andrew's butt for you ladies.
Yeah.
He's real good about letting me go first and not getting in front. And we're pretty good at working around each other, but that was one of the few times we report all drugs, guns, gang activities to the school. Bookkeeper. includes the main frame with the brain from the plains of Spain.
Oh, wow.
What's a circ? Or a stirk? Auditorium time. These seats were in.
I like this one. They're different, aren't they?
Some of the best condition. There's a Budweiser. Anybody care for a Bud?
The seats are still nice.
Man, my face is numb, guys. My dog jumped up and ran into my face like 2 days ago, and I thought I heard something like crunch, and Poppy mashed my eye in, and my glasses, guess it was my glasses, something cut me below the eye, started bleeding. But I woke up in the middle of the night, my face was numb, like I got 10 Novocaine shots. I can't feel half of my nose, half of my upper lip, some of my teeth, cheekbone under my eye. It's been numb for like 3 days now. It's kind of agitating, man. I keep sniffing. I don't know if my nose is full of boogers or not because I can't feel it. I like that grate. Really cool stuff. That's a cool handle. That's a cool stump. It's a prop. You probably knew that, though. You didn't think it was just there for hanging coats on, did you? I always like looking at these, all the cables and curtains and such. Yeah, remember to hit the like button. Anytime I actually get up to 500 likes on a video, I'm going to give somebody a t-shirt. I know it seems like it takes a lot, but we just got to get the message through, and more people got to hit the button. Also, if you share the videos, like on Facebook groups or, really anywhere, Pinterest, that's another way you can be part of the army and help me, is just spreading them. Because some of these videos don't get enough attention, and I don't say that because I'm trying to, I just watch a lot of urban exploring videos, and some of these, compared to what I see in other ones, some of these, I think, I don't want to be crass, but I think they deserve more views than what they're getting, and YouTube is burying a lot of small channels and just not even, some of my viewers, it's not even giving them notifications, it's not putting them up in their recommended. That's why I have like 10,400 subscribers and might only get 1,000 views on a video, as YouTube's not even letting my subscribers know that I put a video up there. This was all stuff written after shows. most of it, you know, performers signing the walls. I've been on tours of the Fox Theater in St. Louis before, which is an absolutely amazing building. If you're around here and you haven't taken a tour, take a tour. It costs a little bit, you know, $10, something like that. I don't know, 15. But there's whole hallways and areas where famous people and all sorts of actors and casts and musicians, and they all sign the walls. I'm guessing that's probably the thing to do. Now, I was hearing noises and heard some people talk from out the windows in parts of this video. And I was a little leery because they were being kind of loud. And they were saying, I told you not to, blah, 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 whatever. Like right underneath me, and I was trying to not be known that I was in here just in case. But Andrew told me he heard some loud noises from up above when he was still in that auditorium taking pictures. It was actually me throwing garbage down onto the floor, banging. I was trying to scare him. More pianos. This is like a prop room. It's got all kinds of stuff like stagecraft. There's furniture, all kinds of crazy stuff in here, but I'll show you the rest of this place in the second part. That's a nice wooden chair there. Some of the stuff I believe back here was furniture to like set up rooms on stage. Chester Cheetah nose. Cheetos. Chester Cheetah nose. Cheetos nose. This floor was pretty much rotten too. I don't know if Andrew got back here, but I was like about over the weight limit. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support.
Close up curtain. Stay on the phone. We are monsters. Holding you still. We are the gallows. Up on